Well, I guess we're just jumping right on into it, guys. Welcome to the High School Star League 2017 Spring Playoffs. We're in for the quarterfinals with our first quarterfinal match. It's the round of 8, Heritage High School versus Garden Grove High School. I'm Crusader Canadian here with Professor Na, bringing you the cast for today. Glad to have you along with us. What's going on, dude?
Not much. Summer's just starting and enjoying the weather. And we'll have some League of Legends for us to cast from.
Yeah. Of course, summer is starting, but for these guys, they still have some high school action to play out here. It's the first round of our quarterfinals here. Best of 3 matches coming up for you guys. And picks and bans are already underway and already a bit of a focus here on maybe the jungle and solo laners. We're seeing Zach, Elise, and Fiora banned out by Heritage. Garden Grove taking away Talia, Kha'Zix, and Zed.
Pretty standard bans here. Zach is, after his weed work, incredibly annoying with his Q. Kind of, in my opinion, way too reliable as a ganking jungler. His E, you don't even need to hit that anymore. You just need to get into range. Hit your Q on your laner, hit a Q on a minion. There's your gank. Pretty standard picks coming out from red side as well. Caitlyn and Ivern both heavily contested. Ivern can always, drop that bush for Caitlyn and generally play that protect the AD carry comp. We are on patch 7.12 though, where Caitlyn doesn't stack her headshots anymore on Hurricane, but still Caitlyn generally safe and strong pick.
We are on the newest patch here, of course, so on the live service here. So do have those recent changes in there. I think the like Doran's shield change is like a pretty big one here just for AD carries in general. But a few picks locked in here: the Thresh, the Galio, and the Gragas. So this is a very strong team comp. And you were talking about the Zach. I'm not sure if you caught the LCK game yesterday of Rocks Tigers versus Africa Freaks, but it was a very entertaining game. We saw a very similar team comp here where they had the Zach, they had Galio. I think they had Gragas or Nectin. But anyway, just to go off on it, we just saw how powerful like Galio, Gragas can be together. Just all the CC that comes out of them. You had a Thresh in there as well, and it's a very scary comp with 2 tanky frontliners. And as you do have this professional LCS style pick ban phase here, as we're into the second phase of bans, and we'll see these last 4 getting locked in here, and we'll just see the continuation of focus on the solo laners as both of these teams picking up their junglers, their bottom laners. And we're seeing it come down. So I think Ashe is a very smart ban out there by Garden Grove, because if you add an Ashe to the Heritage High School comp, then it'll be so difficult to not get caught out.
True. I think Varus here is a pretty common sense complement to what the blue team is coming out here.
Yeah.
Surprised they left that up. I think Cassio is kind of a strange ban, but considering how low damage right now blue team is, it's understandable.
Yeah, Heritage High School, as you're saying, a little bit low damage here, but really just high in terms of CC. And we'll see what they pick up for the last 2. Orianna's a great pick here. That has a lot of damage and CC in it. That is if the Orianna gets rolling, she'll have a lot of damage, but in general, lots of CC.
Blue side going for the full 5-on-5 comp here.
Yeah.
Orianna. I'm probably the Varus coming out here. I don't really know. Oh, Zaya coming out actually.
Oh, Zaya's a good pick here, yeah. Zaya's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. And yeah, this is a huge team fighting comp coming out of Heritage High School. First rounds of 8 matchup that we're seeing between in the High School Star League 2017 playoffs. And things are getting locked in here. Looks like an Ari will be this possible last pick here for Garden Grove, but they've already picked up Renekton. They have the Ivern in the jungle, Caitlyn Jan in the bottom lane. So going to be relying on this Renekton to be that front line here as they lock in that final pick for the Ari in the mid lane.
And normally I think it'd be kind of weird to have this, but considering just how many shields red side has here, it's okay to go with someone not as like full on tank as Renekton. You just drop the Ivern shield, the Janna shield, the Janna heal, the Redemption, you name it, and suddenly your frontline issues aren't there anymore.
Yeah, and this Ari is going to be a bit of an important pick here just in terms of the mobility that she'll have, especially when you look at this huge pick comp, as we'll keep saying, from Heritage High School. It's kind of one that the team really has to walk out for. Janna, though, going to be great for peeling, and as you said, lots of shields coming out from Lots of shields coming out from both of Ivern and Janna for Garden Grove.
Yep, and pretty standard. This is going to be a protect the AD carry comp with a couple of picks. Caitlyn very, very strong against that team. I think a fair amount of safety, and we're going to get right into this game.
Yeah, so we're going to go over to a quick break while we wait for the spectator delay to tick down. We're watching the High School Star League 2017 Spring Playoffs brought to you by Twitch TV. We'll be right back after a quick break. Alright guys, welcome back here. It's game number 1 of Heritage High School versus Garden Grove High School. You're watching the High School Star League 2017 playoffs brought to you by Twitch. I'm Crusader here with Professor Nod, bringing you the action for this best of 3. We're into our quarterfinals, so getting down to the wire in the High School Star League playoffs. Always an exciting time for us here at the High School Star League to be watching these matches and tuning in. And we're on the riff for game number 1.
Yeah, and especially at this stage of playoffs, once you get out of group stage, you get some pretty nice level MMR players playing against you. There's far less clown fiestas, and in general, the gameplay quality increases a lot more as we progress through.
Yeah,
this
I mean, you
playoffs. So
say
I'm really
that,
looking...
but I mean, you say that, but Marielo has not bought items right now, so little bit of stream pressure coming in, maybe just scouting out here. I'm not sure. He's gonna go back right now though, and hopefully get that sorted out.
Yep, otherwise we have a pretty standard startup from both teams. The line of scrimmage set up. No, neither team looks to be invading. No really good invade tools on either end, not a blitz or anything like that. So, as minions spawn, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be, as we're getting closer and closer to those grand finals, I feel like there's a lot more pressure coming in on these teams, and they're gonna be playing for grand finals pretty soon if they keep making it through. It's a single elimination bracket, so they'll have to be careful both ways going through here, and we'll be seeing things start up. So Garden Grove versus Heritage High School, both of these teams making it through the single elimination 64 team bracket here, and it's quite a journey, I'd say, for both of them.
Yeah, definitely, and especially in best of ones at not professional level elos. Consistency is an issue, and general player attitudes and tilting after one lost game like that is also an issue. It's very interesting to see how, once we move to a best of 3 format, how teams adapt and how these games go.
Yeah, Garden Grove, well, Heritage High School 2-0'd their whole way through the bracket so far. Garden Grove had it taken to 3 games in their first round, but since then we're 2-0, so interesting to see these two teams come here. Heritage High School is the higher seed, but not by much here. I mean, in the 64-person bracket. Oh, nice hook on that bottom lane to flay back as well. DJ Holiday getting some help from Decano here.
Yeah, just a little bit of trading going back and forth with the new Dorn's Shield start that everyone is going, especially on the here on the Zaya. You don't see as much action in bot lane anymore, just because of the safety provided. And we go back to farming on both sides.
Yeah, so both junglers just farming it up for now here. We have a Gragas and an Ivern. Both have, a bit of decent early game CC here, and we'll see if they decide to make a move onto anywhere. Spider actually gonna be heading up to this middle lane right now. See if we can get anything started here. Gonna be putting up that brush. And now jumping in here, a nice charm right there on this by Sretfa, but he's going low. The flash away, but actually just gets taken down by Jaced. And that's going to be first blood.
That's when you start. That's a very interesting gank path decision. I don't know if she was aware of these summoners that were that Orianna had there. I don't think Ahri at level 3 can, especially with an Ivern, has the damage to take on Orianna, especially if barrier is traded for the ignite.
Lots of trading down here in the bottom lane as well, but yeah, losing a lot in that mid lane attempted gank there, and Jace also able to survive at the end of it, just having to use that barrier there, and just came up with a lot more damage than Sretfa had. And Sretfa was fighting a bit in the minions, also started that gank on the bit of the low side here, so that Orianna coming out to an early lead already.
Yeah, really painful too. Our Ahri here lost the mid wave as the wave was pushing towards her, so she's going to be down a good 10 CS. Trying to catch up with this couple of minions here, but still overall to be down quite a bit.
Top lane, we're seeing Theral up here on this Renekton, and Murillo is having a bit of difficulty here. He's about 10 CS down, and this Renekton's really just shoving up the wave right now. Not too surprising. I think Renekton's just has and will always be known as that really dominant lane bully, and we are seeing a bit of a pause coming out here. Bit of lag, unfortunately, for some of these teams, but apparently they're just going to be restarting it right now. But yeah, top lane we are seeing just this Renekton once again being dominant here. So we're seeing some CS advantages going both ways with the teams here. For Garden Grove, Thurl has this advantage up in the top lane, and in middle lane, Heritage High School, they've got Jace on this Orianna with the advantage after that botched gank in the early level.
Yeah, I think honestly playing this Galio at with the runes that he's got, you really until you get your Sunfire or a couple of quick armor items, you are at the mercy of this Renekton. You kind of have to sit back and farm with your Q. Galio thankfully has a lot of very safe wave clear mechanics, and we'll see how that lane plays out. Bottom here, in our bottom lane here, oh, a little bit of lag on my end. The bottom here with Zaya and Thresh playing against Caitlyn and Janna, we shouldn't see any kills there, but also very safe lanes, and again, coming back mid, looking again. All these lanes seems to be very basically skill matchups, no extreme aggression coming out on either end, bar that mid failed gank mid.
Yeah, Zerg Crystal right now taking away this Gromp here as he forced Spider to go back in his own jungle. So getting most of that one away, but yeah, this bottom lane matchup would be interesting to watch here. I mean, Thresh Zaya gonna have a decent amount of damage here, but the Caitlyn Janna lane is just so safe, so they're kind of just able to play back, keep poking, and keep themselves healthy just with all the shields coming in, and they are pushing up this lane a little bit here. So just a calm start here for this first game of this best of 3, but that might change. Takano and DJ Holiday want to go forward. Both can get knocked up by the tornado by Kenton, so very easy counter gank on that one.
Yeah, Gragas could get away a lot of this. His mid laner is, you know, ahead 15 CS here and shoving very aggressively into the Ahri. Going to be able to outtrade almost at every turn there. So Gragas has his free reign and all this vision to invade on the blue side. As we all know, Ivern not the best at fighting any invading jungler, and especially with that botched gank mid.
Yeah, definitely.
It sets me behind a little bit.
Definitely been more of that supportive jungler here, and he's gonna have to do a bit of it to keep his carries alive here, especially when you have Orianna coming out to a very strong start here, starting up with that first kill and now jumping ahead with the CS lead. Yeah, both of these teams playing it cautiously here, and I think that's to be expected for both of these guys. They're kind of middle of the pack right now in terms of seeding, so haven't really seen too much of them playing in the High School Star League recently, but as the tournament's gone on, I think yeah, definitely are finding some confidence here. They both went 2-0 in the recent matches coming up to this, but we're seeing a hook down the bottom lane, stuns a Cheeseburger there, and he's going to be able to cut himself away from that one and deal a lot of damage back to Takano.
All said and done, though, the gold lead is very minimal for blue side. The CS differential in the top lane, making up for a lot of that failed gank mid. But as we can see, Orianna slowly amassing this 20 CS lead, even now walking down to get the vision down in the river after getting the lane priority. Yeah,
this is a calm game. Yesterday, a very different change of pace here. Yesterday, on the cast for the round of 32 matches, we saw some real clown fiestas, like 40 kills in like 20 minutes and whatnot, and very calm from both of these teams so far, and yeah, just playing very passively here. So I mean, looking ahead though, I mean, we've seen the junglers hit level 6 now. Gragas has a lot of more gank potential with that, with the added ultimate here for the CC. Everyone's gonna pick up his ultimate as well, which will help with pushing and help with ganks also. So we might be starting to see them a bit more present around the map. Spider's already making his way up here.
Yeah, Ivern not spotted here. We'll see how this game goes. Round 2. Ori with the blue though.
I'm gonna be jumping in here. Stretfa is gonna be coming out as well. Daisy coming in here. Shockwave onto both of them, and looks like that'll just be the trading of the ultimates there, and Daisy's gonna end up going down here. So, yep. I mean, more successful than the last gank attempt, at least.
Oh, attempt was made. It at least got the flash out of her, so we'll probably see a regank from that, as Orion does not have her bottom side river warded if Ivan comes all the way around. Thus leaving to clear out some wards here, leaving Zaya kind of back, and looks like Caitlyn and Janna are going to try to freeze that.
Yeah, just very calm play from both of these teams. We're going to see an extended laning phase here, I think, but I mean, we talked about in Champion Select. Moving on into the mid game, this team comp coming out from uh, Heritage High School on the blue side is gonna be scary, and when it comes down to the 5v5s.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and especially with this, typically when you try to pick an Ahri into Orianna and then gank for the Ahri, you want to get that pick, the Ahri some breathing room to go roam, make some picks before the 5v5 spike for the team fighting comp breaks in. But as we saw that first gank go, we'll see how this plays out. As Ahri has slowly catching back up on CS, but Ori's gonna catch this wave and pop her CS right back up.
Yeah, so we've just been seeing a calm game, nothing in terms of any pressure around the objectives here. So, I mean, both of these teams playing cautiously, just looking at their recent matches. It's gonna be fun to see this one come down here. I mean, Decano picking up the Thresh here once again. He played in the first game of the round of 16 match, and I mean, they came away with a 2-0 win in that. So everything that most things have been going right for this team right here, and unfortunately a DC, which means we're gonna get another pause just to extend this game longer, as if we needed more of that. But it's gonna be just still the 1-0 scoreline here, just 11 minutes, just shy of 11 minutes in here.
I think we're gonna start seeing some action pretty soon. As on the bottom side river, you see blue team set up a significant amount of wards around Dragon. Orianna's, all of our laners are 6 with their 6+ with their ultis, and Ivern is walking bot. So I think we'll see some setup very soon for some action as soon as we get back from this pause.
Yeah, and we are seeing, as you say, that vision setup right there is maybe Heritage High School taking the initiative, looking to close off that Dragon area and possibly get something going. They have, of course, both of these top laners have their teleports, and Mariello has that heroic entrance as well for that added impact in terms of in the fights. So we'll see if it actually does come down here. Of course, you're watching the High School Star League, brought to you in part by our friends at Twitch TV. Into the round of 8 quarterfinals matches, we'll be having all the round of 8 matches as we can get on live on stream here at twitch.tv/HSL League. So make sure to follow the stream, as well as follow us on Twitter for updates of when we will be streaming.
And we don't have any confirmation yet from players, so it looks like we'll still be waiting for a little bit as Arjana gets back into the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just looking at some of the item builds coming out, pretty standard across the board. I'm a little confused by the Galio triple Dorans, seeing as in 712 they made the mana regen unique. But hey, if he's been playing that on that patch and it works for him, we'll see how that plays out with
That's interesting. I think this is the first matches that these guys are having on the new patch, actually. So maybe adjustments need to be made here. I mean, the triple Doran's rings definitely. I mean, you still get a lot of value in terms of the raw stats, but yeah, that unique that passive for mana regen, for the mana return when you kill minions, is definitely unique now. So getting a little bit less value out of that, but he'll just be bringing it here as he'll just be buying it up here.
Yeah, and I noticed that Caitlyn didn't start the Dorn's shield first, probably because she has the Janna to rely on for trades. I'm not totally sure on the decision making behind there. And as we can see, both mid laners going for pretty standard builds as far as that goes. Orianna going for the quick Merc treads though, so gonna win every trade from here on out, especially with that CS lead.
Yeah, for sure. Just taking down that CC a bit as well is going to be good for him. Tracker's Knife on both of these junglers, of course, are going to be kind of the tankier supportive junglers. When it comes down to the fights, which we may be seeing some of soon, as we still have this pause ticking down here. It'll end soon, Ben, I hope.
Yeah, and this is a little personal quirk. I am basically a support main, and I sometimes find it really frustrating when I come back to lane with a sight stone and my AD carry is still sitting on 2 yellow trinkets, and we have, and it's just like, come on, dude, like help me out with my job here.
This is true because there's very little vision coverage around the area right now for Garden Grove though, so that's something we're gonna
Yeah.
have to seal up with because as we pointed out at the beginning of this pause, wow, it's like it's been an eternity since then. There's a lot of vision coverage on this bottom half of the map right now in the river for Heritage High School.
Yeah, still no confirmation of the players, and there's still no reconnected message yet. And looks like our players are messaging. And yeah.
Oh, looks like things are
There
just
we go.
back underway. Yep, so back on into it here as first game of this best of three. Hopefully won't be reflective of the rest of this best of three here. Otherwise, we'll be casting longer into the night here on a nice Thursday night. I just finished up with my last finals of my first year of college, so that's a nice thing to have going.
Yeah, these are all high schoolers playing games.
I know.
Enjoying school.
You know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm like, oh, I'm actually older than these guys now. I used to be the same age or younger.
Yeah, and it's weird because like I'm like older than these guys, but I'm worse than these guys, and so.
And we're seeing this charm in the middle lane here as Shretfa is looking to duel out, and Rome coming in here as this Thresh just hopped up here to see if he can help out. A little bit of presence around the map there.
Yeah, the Ori's flash was still up though, so interesting gank. One moment here, my client disconnected.
Okay, so I'm gonna be seeing here where these teams want to focus. Although we have all that vision coverage down in the bottom lane, we're having both junglers up at the top side, and we've been seeing them kind of roam around each other so far. And actually, Iron gonna be giving that red buff over. So Necton's gonna be able to claim that red buff here, and he's gonna have that advantage when he hops back up into lane, and looks like they want to stack up onto this one. Send Ivan up to this top lane here as well for this gank. So Murillo was gonna have to deal with two champions here, but dodges out of that route with the flash. Dominus just got popped by Theral as well. And we see Spider up in this top lane, so Azure Crystal may be looking to make some moves down to the bottom half of the map. So now we are going to be seeing Azure Crystal on this bottom half of the map. We'll see if he makes anything happen here.
Grass just right now still playing his jungle. Ivern just back and walking through all the vision of blue side. I'm surprised he didn't check that bush up there. But otherwise, oh my, Renekton with the red buff is not going to be fun for the Galio as it already was.
Not at all. It's the Ivern pulling through that. The Ivern is pulling through that, like, here, take a red buff, and now Murillo has to deal with this, and he's already been getting lane bullied out for a lot of this laning, for I would say the entire laning phase here, and Theral is just taking advantage of him here. Kind of typical to see from this matchup, to be honest, though, and Renekton just known for winning out in pretty much any of those top lane matchups.
Yeah, Galio though doesn't really have to, as long as he holds within 10-15 CS, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. His ult and team fights is so much more impactful than Renekton ult. And he's really there as a brick wall rather than, you know, going in, dicing, trying to one-shot your AD carry. Otherwise, still very tame game. 1 kill so far in 14 minutes. Ryan, what do you say of that compared to your last game?
Oh yeah, I mean this is completely different game from the last one. The last one we were seeing the #1 seed, who took the pretty dominant 2-0 win to move on to the quarterfinals, and they're gonna be up against Temple City High School. So that is a match that I'm extremely excited for, because Temple City, for people, I mean I don't know who would follow, but for people who would follow the high school, so Temple City, 2-time runner-up for the championship in the last 2 grand finals. So definitely a team to watch here, but they're up against a top seed coming up soon. Anyway, middle lane gank coming in here, and there's the strength of the Gragas, but a bit of miscommunication there as a shockwave explosive cast used at the same time, and Stretfa comes away with the kill. So 2 kills in the game, both of them off of botched ganks in that mid lane.
Kind of gotcha coming back, messing up. I think that was a very good usage of Gragas ult there, just a little bit of miscommunication. Very good intent. Now Ivern coming down to confront the blue side bot lane at Tribush. That backs up with nothing happened. Looks like that red team is gonna start up the wind drag.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud Drake gonna go down here. This is a pretty solid call to make. Probably a pretty easy one to make as well, as they know that Azure Crystal just went down in that middle lane, and this should be a very easy dragon coming over for them here. So that's gonna be Cloud Drake secured by Garden Grove High School. 15 minutes in here. That's the first Drake going down. But yeah, that middle lane gank, getting charmed under the turret, always rough. You always have to be aware of when champions can do that to you, lead you under that tower aggro. And unfortunately, Azure Crystal, a bit too far in there, ends up giving up the kill. Bottom lane, though, a nice hook and a land here, and they actually want to go in on it this time. There's a boxing put down. Cheeseburger, the Featherstorm as well going to be used. Exhaust getting thrown down. DJ Holiday wants to wait it out, pulls him back, and gets the kill, executing Cheeseburger right there. Another nice hook from Decano, stuns up Kenton, and Azure Crystal takes that one. So we're seeing Heritage High School fire right back.
Yeah, beautiful flash hook there. They're going to get in. Pushing the spot wave here. Dragon is down, but I think they should be at least able to get this turret down to 25% health. The Dragon's here. Oh, I thought he was going to proxy the wave. Never mind, we're just going to beat away at this red side bottom turret.
Yeah, top lane though, we are seeing the gank coming out, and Daryl's easily going to be able to pick up that kill. When you got Daisy on your side helping you push up in that lane, push up that turret, going to be easy there. So I mean, natural response from the jungler. You see the enemy jungler just get 2 kills in the bottom lane. You're going to go up to that top lane, but Heritage High School just came away with the first turret of the game. Finally here, 16 minutes in. And we're also going to see a very natural response from Garden Grove as they take down this Rift Herald. Not too hard to make these calls, but they're the right ones to make, of course.
Yeah, Rift Herald, ever since the change, incredibly strong objective, actually makes the top side of the map important now as opposed to the old you know, kind of passive percent damage reduction Rift Herald buff. It actually makes a huge difference in choosing which lanes to push. And here we go, going up to the top laner.
Uh-oh, Decano was looking to contest that Rift Herald and actually gonna get forced out to use it. I'm not sure what Thero was thinking. Maybe he thought he still had a ward in his inventory, but ends up using that Rift Herald, and that is absolutely not the place to use it because it can easily get cancelled out there. If you get CC'd while you're channeling it, the Rift Herald's gone, so they just got that Rift Herald and lost it.
And on top
That's
of
a huge mistake.
On top of that, everyone missed the skill shots on the Thresh there, so nothing coming out. Swapping up their bot lane to the top now, though. Sending Galio to deal with the 1v2 bot lane. All Galio really has to do here is to hold the wave.
Yeah, it's the
That tower is
Cheeseburger.
very low, though.
Oh my god, I can't believe. I feel like Daryl just did the thing where you think that the Rift Herald is where you think the Rift Herald is like a ward and you go to use it, and then yeah, he thought it was a ward. He went to use it, ends up channeling Rift Herald and gets CC'd, and it gets cancelled out. So that just feels bad, man. As that advantage that they had picked up is now gone, but bottom lane we just saw it getting pushed in there by Cheeseburger and Kenton, so they just took down that bottom lane out of turret. And now it's 1-1 in terms of turrets, but we are seeing this lane swap up to this top lane.
Yeah, pretty natural response. Galio or Renekton isn't going to do anything in the 1v2 lane against, especially Thresh inside. A hook coming out, though.
Bit of a bait there as
R pops in, we're just going to back off.
Yeah, a bit of a bait there as Kenton was looking to come up to try to help out, but both teams backing away from that one there. So this is 19 minutes in. We're finally seeing some action happen as we're seeing a lot more grouping as well as these towers start falling. Teams start roaming around the map, and here's one here. Featherstorm going to be used to try to get away here, but stunned up is the AD carry, and DJ Holiday in trouble. Dark Passage to look to get out. The box being popped up as well. Ace in the hole. Doesn't get blocked out, but he's still alive. Not for long. Shredfa picks up that kill. And now charmed up is Decano. And that's a double kill for Shredfa. And the duo getting completely caught out there for Heritage High School.
Beautifully played there. Blue side top lane back. Oh.
Shockwave used onto Spider. Spider a little bit caught out, but gonna be able to survive that for now. As I mean, they're Heritage High School down 2 members. They're not looking really for the engage yet. But charmed up under the turret, Jace taking some damage himself. Daisy's gonna be helping out here, push down this turret. as some nice moves made by Garden Grove.
And Red Side's just gonna back off here, buy off the couple of kills they just picked off, and they have a wave to collect bottom, so we'll probably see a quick reset here, and Renekton is gonna beat away at this top turret, probably come away with the solo turret gold.
Yeah, that's the top turret going down, so 2 towers in favor of Garden Grove High School. Meanwhile, as I said, Murillo is down in this bottom lane, but not going to be able to push too much since he has Galio, although his minions are really helping out with this one here. So, maybe seeing the second Drake coming up with a little bit less than 40 seconds to go right now. But yeah, some interesting moves in the last few fights. It's good to note that Shretfa, with a double kill in the last fight, is now leading his team in kills. He's 3-1 right now. The only other have a kill is Theral on this Renekton, and everyone else on the scoreline is 0. Meanwhile, on the side of Heritage High School, they have 1 kill for 3 of their champions, 3 of their players.
And that's pretty much as good as your kill distribution is gonna go. Caitlyn picking up all the farm bot, and Ari, who needed kind of a boost back into the game, down 30 CS against the Orianna, and the Banshee Veil really needs that little bit of extra AP to punch through the Banshee's Veil and Mercury Shreds of Orianna. A little bit of setup going around here about Dragon up, Infernal Drag up now.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of both teams are looking to hold here. It's actually a Cloud Drake. You bamboozled me here, Ben.
Wait, interesting. I have a spectator bug. My says Infernal Drag. But as we get Cloud Drake set up here, the naturally a million bushes coming down to prevent spotting of the dragon. Does that mechanic still work?
I'm not sure if it does. I think it just hides whoever's in there. I'm not sure. I feel like it wouldn't hide the dragon. That'd be a great usage of it though. But we are seeing that second Cloud Drake go over to Garden Grove High School, so they're gonna get very nice movement speed buff here out of combat, especially. So just, you know, some small advantages slowly stacking up here for Garden Grove High School in a very, I mean, just kind of back and forth start to this game. But here to Garden Grove High School look like they're starting to pull away here as they've taken, you know, the tower advantage. They have the 2 dragons. They have a few of the kills here as well, and that, although we haven't seen the full team fight just yet, and that's kind of where we're thinking that Heritage is gonna excel, but that may not even happen with how Garden Grove is just kind of splitting them up here.
Yeah, putting 4 mid now against the 3rd health turret with the Caitlyn, going to really try to push this tower down. Ult comes out though, and nothing comes out of it. It looks like Red's team is just going to take out the turret and back off.
Yeah, possibly head up here to this top end to help defend it, but yeah, I mean, that's the 3rd turret of the game, so it's still nice for them because they're just slowly getting these advantages. I've seen Cheeseburger run that static shiv, and I think as we were talking about earlier, definitely not going to be seeing that Runeant's Hurricane build coming in. It's just less efficient because the passive headshot stacks don't stack up on the Runeant's Bolt, so I think the static shiv is what we've been seeing from almost like all the pro players recently, just to replace that Runeant's Hurricane item.
Yeah, it's really nice too because the new rapid fire cannon charges your empowered autos a little bit quicker. You get the boosted attack range and the static proc to push waves a little nicer. It's really good, especially into this team comp. Orianna, Xayah, Galio Q, Gragas Q that could really, you know, stop your waves, counter and push your waves. You need that little bit when you're playing against 4 like reasonably stally wave cleary champions like that.
Yeah, it's just lots of damage that can come out from the Caitlyn as well when she gets up to those builds here, especially with that rapid fire cannon. It can do a lot of work, and there's just a long range autos, even from the traps from any caliber net. It's a huge threat, but maybe not too threatening for the side of at least not for the entire team of Heritage High School. We keep talking about, you know, they have the Galio and the Gragas mostly. I mean, the rest is sort of a tank, but they have that tanky, beefy front line here to head up the team. But right now it's calming things down here between these 2 teams once again. Just a bit of a farm fest, and both of these teams have been doing quite a lot of it. as we're hitting this 25-minute mark and they just haven't been slowing down. Top lane, we are seeing this push coming in and a little bit of focus around the top lane river for Heritage.
I think in like hindsight though, the draft from blue side, in terms of backline access, is not going to be as good or as effective as it feels.
It'll help when that happens. Cheeseburger getting completely caught out there. They were completely unaware that there was a ward there. So, yeah, getting caught out. Cheeseburger just standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, I suppose. But they were sitting right on a ward, and they're gonna lose their AD carry for that.
Kind of a silly play there. Was the Janna sweeper up? Janna sweeper was up. For your AD carry to die out like that, kind of annoying. But I don't think blue.
Now he's like, where is this ward?
Yeah.
And he found it. Oh man. Oh
just
man.
half a second left. Blue side not really gonna get anything off of that though. Baron not a possibility right now, and no lane priority. So we're just gonna reset and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's just a random pick off, but it's not gonna mean much at the end of it. At the end of things here, so guess that's that then. Yeah.
You can see here, Dragon isn't up for another almost 2 minutes. Baron isn't up, and all of the outer turrets are out. So at this point in the game, we're gonna see some vision movement and see what picks we can make off of here. But with the mid laner and top laner backing, we're not gonna say anything for a little bit still.
Yeah, these two teams, they're sitting at 8 kills here at 27-minute mark, but they're just both playing it so cautiously. It's a best of 3 here, so both of these teams, I mean, that first game really does matter a lot. Obviously, it's a general blanket statement that it can be said about any kind of matchup, but we are seeing Sun coming down the route as well. Spider is in a lot of trouble. Forced to flash over. Will be able to escape with that though. Now the fight will develop here. Shockwave down onto 2. It's the dual laners here as Jace is doing what damage he can to Cheeseburger. The heal's coming in. The Monsoon as well. Trying to heal Cheeseburger up. Will be able to. He's going to be able to get out here. And that's going to be the none for none here. And a very interesting fight.
The damage reduction really saving Oriana's behind there as both teams back off. It kind of is an issue now at this point in the game. Galio, I don't know how well he can fight the Renekton right now, but there's going to be a lot of free damage on the spot lane turret.
Yeah, Renekton definitely going to be able to push up that turret here. And we're seeing it go down fairly low, but it looks like it'll be able to survive for now. But yeah, just a very interesting fight here in that Baron Aaron. Okay. Oh my god. I thought Caitlyn was attacking the Baron for a second. I was like, oh my god, they're doing this? What? But no. It was just the ward. I got
Dragon
tricked
up
out.
in 5 though. Dragon up in 5. Renekton setting up a little bit of vision for the setup. Gragas is currently backing though, so I think if that side forces the drag right now, that'll be pretty free pick.
This time it's an Infernal Drake, and yeah, to get the 3rd Elemental Drake would be absolutely huge. Gonna be going down, and yep, smited away, and just no contest whatsoever by Heritage High School. So Garden Grove just take away a free dragon once again.
Infernal Dragon at that too.
Yeah, so with the pressure around Heritage High School here, I mean, they're dropping these objectives. They're still down 2 turrets there. The other team has all 3 of the dragons, and that's really what's gonna give Garden Grove this lead here. Just very slight lead here. It's about 2,000 gold in favor of Garden Grove. That's gonna be probably from those turrets really making a really big impact on that scoreline. But nevertheless, Heritage High School is still very close in this game, and I mean, you know, with this team fight team comp, we just don't know what can happen in these 5v5s.
Yeah, definitely. If you land 2 good, you know, like Ori ult into like Thresh Hook, Ori ball in into ult, and then Galley ult on top, like that, you know, 2K gold lead isn't gonna matter at all. What's being cleared out around Baron here? We'll see what happens. Ooh, good chunk by Oriana.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to expect out of Renekton here? He's hitting that 10 CS per minute mark, that 300 CS mark here, about getting to this 30-minute mark, and oh my god, this game just does not feel like it's been 30 minutes long. We've just been in the landing phase for so long here, Ben.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. I think that blue side should force a fight a little bit better, but it's very, very difficult for this Galio to, you know, walk up against the Renekton, get something done, and to walk away and take a 5v5, or 4v5 rather.
Yep, so just once again,
Looks like
neither
we're
of
just
these
gonna.
teams trying to make a big commitment to starting anything here. Ooh, Spider almost getting cut out there.
A lot of pings going down onto Baron though, seeing Gragas
Oh, and this
spot.
time they are starting to get. And over
Yeah,
the
Caitlyn's
wall is
gonna hit him.
Cheeseburger. Really able to safely hit them, but we're seeing fights starting to develop. Duel in this bottom lane. Murillo and Daryl are dueling it out here. The two tanks going after each other. Daryl going under the turret, forcing out that flash. Oh, canceling out the Justice Punch by flashing himself. Meanwhile, over at the Baron Pit area, we'll see that teleport channeled by the Renekton to join the fight here, where his team's winning it out here. As Spire just went down to Azure Crystal. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 there. As Decano goes down to Cheeseburger. They make that a 1-for-2.
I think red team still has the ability. Oh, we're gonna see this pick onto Orianna. Stun comes out, charm lands, and that's gonna be the end for Orianna there. Definitely gonna be when Baron come up though, I think.
Now Azure Crystal's joining the fray here, but I'm not sure what he's trying to do in a 1-on-3 situation where he is definitely not going to be able to pick up a kill here. So that he's going to back away there, but Garden Grove just finding a few opportunities to get ahead here, and they do so.
Yeah, instead of opting for the Baron, it looks like they're gonna come out for this top lane inner turret. Waves push all the way up on the bottom and mid, so not really missing out anything there. And pretty free turret taken by red team here.
Yep, Garden Grove coming away with that there, and 31 minutes in, they're going to be widening that lead as they pick up their 5th turret of the game, and they are advancing to a little over a 5,000 gold lead right now. So it's a lot of pressure mounting here. I mean, we are seeing these team fights start to develop, and we are seeing that Garden Grove are coming ahead here. But I feel like a lot of that and part of that top lane duo matchup, Daryl is just so farmed, so much more ahead that he's able to go dive under those turrets. He has 3 items stacked up on him right now on this Renekton, and he's looking really scary on it.
Yeah, I was talking about earlier how about Galio in fights is going to be a little bit more useful than Renekton, but you know, your Galio's sitting here 0-2-0, down what 70 farm here, and the Renekton 3 kills, 670 CS up. It's just going to run out your backline, and the back to front fighting is just going to be really, really difficult with a big crocodile sitting on your AD carry.
I don't know about you, Ben. I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm itching for a fight here. I might fall asleep while talking because we're still sitting at the 12 kill mark with just 33 minutes to go in this game. What is the High School Star League right now? Usually not so passive from both teams.
Yeah, we want to see some 3k elo shockwaves going down on Baron.
That's what Heritage might need though.
Actually though, when you're
They
down
might need
5k
it.
gold.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. When you're down 5k gold, honestly though, with the team comp they have, one ult like that, especially if you can catch out both their mid laner and their AD carry, that's basically the team fight for Garden Grove. But oh, here we go. Baron started up by Garden
Baron
Grove.
started up here. Decano's already here. Gets a nice hook down, and now we'll have Decano way far ahead, though, getting stunned up here. And a stun on that back line. Shockwave coming across, but there's no follow-up. It's all Garden Grove just completely melting through the lines of Heritage High School. That's going to be a 4-for-0 in favor of Garden Grove. They absolutely demolished them.
That's probably going to be an inhib too. Like, Orianna QW here just isn't strong enough to even take 75% off of Caitlyn. And with the Ardent Sensor on Janna, there goes that mid lane turret.
Yep, definitely going to be going down for sure here, as we'll see the inhibitor going as well. So now jumping ahead to almost 10,000 gold in the lead here, just sitting a little bit ahead of 9,000 gold in favor of Garden Grove, but a absolutely huge fight coming out for them, as Decano was looking to get a good hook engage off of there, but they just had no follow-up in the backline and got absolutely shredded.
Yeah, Orianna was just slightly behind where Thresh would be. If she could have dropped the E onto Decano and ulted both the Caitlyn, I think that fight would have turned out very differently. As we see though right now, just the Orianna and Thresh contesting the 4-man Baron.
Baron started up here once again, and they're going to get collapsed on. Jace was able to get a kill, but only on the support. Cheeseburger finds a kill onto him. Decano trying to get away here, but Shredfell will finish him off. Double kill once again for Cheeseburger. So they'll be forced to back off of the Baron. They do pick up 3 kills for it. They did lose that tower in the bottom lane though, so I guess there's some sort of silver lining for the team of Heritage High School.
Even Blue being still stolen away here by Garden Grove High School. Looking a little bleak here for Heritage High School. Renekton going up to catch this wave. We're gonna back with all of our gold on Ari and Caitlyn. Probably regroup, take up Infernal, and just shove out bot lane with sitting Renekton top with his TP up.
Yep, so I'm going to be seeing another Infernal Drake spawning here. Actually, already spawned here. And with 3 Drakes already for Garden Grove, I mean, I would bet money that they'd be able to take this 4th one here, and they will start it up. Just without even their entire team here, but they should have quite enough damage to do it. As we were talking about the Caitlyn build earlier, that Rapid Fire Cannon finished up, as well as the Infinity Edge, so there's a massive amount of damage coming out of Cheeseburger right now.
Yeah, and the QSS on top of that, gonna try to negate the next Thresh hook that comes from an unwarded jungle. Setting up again here. For Baron, gonna try to take down that Scuttle Crab. And as we can see a pick coming out here from blue side. Oh, and we back off.
Yeah, looking to engage in there, but nothing is gonna be coming out of that. So 36 minutes, and we finally saw our first team fight come through, and it was Garden Grove taking it pretty dominantly here. So now it's just a big struggle, because when you're running a team fight comp and you can't win out in the team fights, it's gonna be pretty difficult here. So Heritage High School really on their back feet to start out this first game.
Renekton totally happy here just to bounce between mid lane and bot lane with his TP up still. As we collapse onto the Baron, we get that started up with Caitlyn hitting from behind the Baron pit.
Classic Baron able to hit from there. Shockwave gonna be coming through. Doesn't land onto much though. And now looking to get away here. Baron buff. Not sure. Oh, it's secured by the side of Garden Grove. And now they'll continue on with this fight. A double kill for Theral as he turns around. As he goes back on to peel out for his back line. But they don't need much help here as there's just so much damage. And now with that, that's going to be the 4 for none here once again, as only DJ Holiday is alive.
And that's probably the game there, and the surrender comes out.
That's going to be that first game here picked up by Garden Grove High School. And when things got rolling, they kind of rolled with it and went in a dominating fashion to pick up that win.
Yeah, it's Caitlyn that last team fight basically just A-moved and completely untouched for most of the fight, bar the Gragas E at the very end there. That's far too late for a 4-item Caitlyn to be wailing away on your team for the most of that fight.
Yep, well that will be game number 1 going over to Garden Grove, taking that win over Heritage High School. We're going to take a quick break before we get on to our second game of this best of 3. You're watching the High School Star League 2017 playoffs brought to you by Twitch. We'll be right back after a quick break.